Well, I certainly hope you all didn't come here tonight to see Eric Bischoff because I've given him some time off. You see, he's completely lost control of a superstar, so I had to suspend him indefinitely.
Suspended Eric Bischoff indefinitely? How long is that, JR?
I have no idea, King. And I have no idea what this...
Last Sunday after the Royal Rumble, I offered a title opportunity to a superstar who, quite frankly, hadn't done much to deserve it. And he had the audacity to turn me down, me, Vincent Kennedy McMahon. And that's just one example of a widespread lack of respect that is a direct result of poor management by the general manager of this program. This has nothing to do with the title. This has to do with the fact that you had the gall to say no to me. Tonight marks the beginning of a very painful lesson for you, and that lesson is don't cross the boss. So first, I'm going to remind you who is the boss. Tonight, you've got a tag team match with a partner of my choice against the opponents of my choice.
Mr. McMahon is in a foul mood tonight.
That's not good news for anyone, JR.
Well, looks like your pal's gonna stand you up tonight. I guess that makes this a handicap match.
Welcome to Raw, coming to you live tonight from the land of the Razorbacks, Little Rock, Arkansas. Jim Ross here with Jerry the King Law.
Little Rock can't wait to see the Raw Superstars. This show's been sold out for weeks.
I realize we have a difference of opinion on this game, but I've got to say that I don't believe the outcome of this match is in doubt.
And I think we're in for an upset tonight, JR. Aren't you the one who's always saying that anything can happen in the WWE?
How far are these superstars willing to go to get the win here tonight?
Man, I'd pay money to see these two guys go at it again, JR.
You just know that these competitors have studied each other very carefully.
You'll never see action like this on SmackDown, JR. What is this? His greatest hits collection? Whatever it takes to win this match.
There's a lifetime of hate and anger behind everything that Kane does. This is one for the books, King. What a match!
What is this? His greatest hits collection?
A lot of blood, sweat, and tears have been shed in that ring.
I'd hate to be that referee, JR.
Rope
Can
break.
you imagine having to tell one of these guys no? Matches like this that make this the greatest job in the world.
Now we see his true colors.
I could watch these guys go at it all night, JR.
Rope break. Never in a million years did I expect a match like this.
Don't try this stuff at home, kids. Wow, what a move!
Someone locked me inside a room backstage. It took forever for someone to hear me pounding and open the door. Man, you look terrible. I'm really sorry I didn't make it out there in time. It won't happen again.
Listen, I know that maybe we haven't always seen eye to eye, but I've got something I have to tell you. I know from experience what it's like to be on Vince's bad side. I mean, that man will stop at nothing to get at you, nothing. And remember, Vince has deep pockets, and everyone's got a price. You might want to keep a closer eye on your buddy there. I mean, that's just a little friendly advice. Take it for what it's worth.
Oh my gosh, JR. You don't think his missing partner was really working for Mr. McMahon, do you?
King, that's not something I want to believe. But if everyone does have a price, Mr. McMahon can afford just about anyone's.
What? You think I'd turn on you just because Vince said so? Who do you think I am?
I don't know if you were listening to what he just said, but I don't think I heard a single no in any of that. If you're supposed to be such a good friend, how come he wound up fighting in a handicap match last week?
I explained it last week. Someone locked me in a room backstage until the match was over.
Oh, I see. Someone locked you in a room. Okay, I've heard of people being locked out of rooms, but who in the hell gets locked in a room?
Listen, if you're accusing me of being a liar and backstabbing my friend, then we've got a problem that we need to settle in the ring.
That's fine by me. But I'll tell you this, I want him as the special referee.
You're on. I'll see you out there.
Do me a favor. Keep an eye on that guy tonight. He's up to something.
Live tonight from Santa Fe, New Mexico, where this capacity crowd is on its feet.
Let's get this show started before my eardrums pop, JR.
King, I've honestly got to say that I never expected to see these superstars in the ring together.
Oh, come on, JR. You knew it was going to come down to this sooner or later. Take your eyes off Chris Jericho for a second.
My God, this is going to have an effect. You've got to wonder what's going through the minds of these competitors right now.
What a match! And it's not over yet!
You just know that these competitors have studied each other very carefully.
You'll never see action like this on SmackDown, JR.
This is one for the books, King. What a match!
It's matches like this that make this the greatest job in the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are seeing a true classic in the making.
I wonder how long these two superstars can keep it up.
Tell you, King, I have no idea how these guys could keep going.
I've never seen this kind of intensity in a match, JR.
He's taking him to the woodshed. Few men in our business have reached the heights that Shawn Michaels has. That one echoed throughout the arena. Boomer Sooner. The endurance of these men is almost superhuman.
One of these guys builds momentum. This match is over.
A lot of blood, sweat, and tears have been shed in that ring.
I hate to be that referee, JR. Can you imagine having to tell one of these guys no? What is this? His greatest hits collection?
These competitors are some of the greatest athletes you'll find in any sport.
These guys are going to tear each other apart.
That one echoed throughout the arena. Boomer Sooner. Capacity crowd.
Can he? Yes! Jericho's got the walls of Jericho locked in.
These competitors are some of the greatest athletes you'll find in any sport.
These guys are going to tear each other apart.
Resiliency of these superstars is incredible.
Have you ever seen superstars lay into each other the way these guys are?
One, two.
These guys are at the top of their game, JR, and they make it look so easy.
One, two, three.
Oh my gosh! I can't believe it! It's over!
He almost took his head off with that sledgehammer.
He just laid them both out, JR. I knew he couldn't be trusted.
But why? Damn it, why?
I've said it before, I'll say it again. There are superstars in this company who don't understand the first rule of working in WWE. You don't cross the boss. You see, for any single superstar who has the audacity to defy me, there are many more who know exactly how advantageous it is to have Vince McMahon in their corner. And ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to one of them now.
You know, ever since I did what I did last week, people have been asking me, why did you do it? How could you do it?
That's true, JR. You asked that very question.
Well, that's just about the stupidest damn question that I've ever heard.
Ha! He just called you stupid, JR.
I mean, anyone who bothers to take a good look back at my career knows that I've worked with Vince McMahon in the past. And those were some of the most successful times in WWE history. So I want every superstar back there with a chip on his shoulder or an overinflated ego to listen up. You might think you're going to be the next big thing around here. Hell, you might even wind up being the next big thing. But no matter who you are or what you do, you'll never, ever be a bigger star than Y2J.
Everyone has a price, and Mr. McMahon has bought one of the greatest WWE superstars of all time.
And you heard Mr. McMahon, JR. He's going to teach the Raw superstars some respect for authority.
This is Monday Night Raw, the greatest brand of sports entertainment in the world, and we're coming to you live.
Oh man, JR, I checked out the preview of tonight's show on WWE.com, and I can't wait to get started.
I realize we have a difference of opinion on this game, but I've got to say that I don't believe the outcome of this match is in doubt.
I think we're in for an upset tonight, JR. Aren't you the one who's always saying that anything can happen in the WWE? You can't take your eyes off Chris Jericho for a second.
A lot of blood, sweat, and tears have been shed in that ring.
I'd hate to be that referee, JR. Can you imagine having to tell one of these guys no?
Rope break.
Even if you can't stand him, you've got to respect Shawn Michaels' accomplishment.
You just know that these competitors have studied each other very carefully.
You'll never see action like this on SmackDown, JR. He got all of that one.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are seeing a true classic in the
Rope
making.
break.
I wonder how long these two superstars can keep it up.
Now we see his true colors.
One, two.
The resiliency of these superstars is incredible. Michael's almost taking his head off with that sweet chin music.
Yeah, that's right. You guys enjoy your little celebration while you can. Next week on Raw, we're going to have a little rematch. Only this one's going to be a handicap tag team match. You see, in addition to your opponents tonight, you're going to have to face me, Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
A handicap tag match next week on Raw.
And Mr. McMahon's getting in the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Monday Night Raw. I'm good old JR Jim Ross, along with Jerry the King Lawler. And King, what an event we've got tonight.
Absolutely, JR. What a show, and what a main event. A 3-on-2 handicap match set up by and featuring Mr. McMahon himself.
The chairman of the board has promised to teach the Raw superstars the meaning of respect, and class is in session tonight.
Hey, hold up a second.
Would you look at that? What a cowardly assault!
Oh man, JR, what's this going to do to the match tonight? Looks like this just became a 3-on-1 handicap.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Raw from Memphis, Tennessee. I'm Jim Ross, alongside Memphis' own Jerry the King Lawler.
It's always great coming home to Memphis, JR, and I personally guarantee my hometown fans the show of a lifetime.
This one's about to get underway, and I think the crowd has already made up their minds about these competitors.
Oh, who cares what the crowd thinks, JR? This is a wrestling match, not a popularity contest.
I gotta tell you, King, I have no idea how these guys could keep going.
I've never seen this kind of intensity in a match, JR. Taunting your opponent is like adding insult to injury.
In sports entertainment, I've never seen superstars with more potential.
Remind me to never try and step between these guys, JR. Just the sight of Kane makes my blood run cold.
and gentlemen, we are seeing a true classic in the making.
I wonder how long these two superstars can keep it up. These guys are writing a wrestling textbook in the ring, JR.
Wolverine is one of the most tenacious competitors in the business. He's showing a great deal of confidence by taking the time to taunt him. He's taking him to the woodshed.
This is terrible, JR. I never want to wind up on Mr. McMahon's bad side. See what happens when you cross the boss?
For God's sakes, the match is over. Look at that pack of wolves. Look the man up. He's been through enough hell already.
Who it is, JR? How can he show up here after the brutal lesson Mr. McMahon taught him just last week? Is he crazy?
I can't believe he's even on his feet. How much heart must this man have? How much competitive spirit? By the looks of it, this is now very personal.
You know, I'm amazed that you had the grapefruits to call me out. Me, Vincent Kennedy McMahon, chairman of World Wrestling Entertainment. I thought you learned your lesson during our last encounter, but obviously you're just a little slow on the uptake. Let me get this straight. You want me in a Hell in a Cell match at WrestleMania? You must be joking. At the rate you're going, you aren't even going to make it to WrestleMania. Look at you. You can barely stand up. You're completely insane. You know that? But all right, you asked for it. If you can win your match tonight, you get Mr. McMahon in a Hell in a Cell at WrestleMania.
I hope he knows what he's getting.
I agree. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Don't cross the boss.
A big Raw welcome to all our fans across the world. This is Jim Ross, here with Jerry the King Law.
I just hope our foreign fans can understand you with that accent, JR. How do you say slobber knocker in French, anyway?
I don't think the fans have to worry about getting their money's worth out of this match.
No doubt about it, JR. Like them or hate them, these guys sell tickets. And that's why Eric Bischoff signs their checks.
There's a lot of pride on the line here, and nobody wants to go back to the locker room as the loser.
These guys are beating the heck out of each other, and this crowd can't get enough of it. What is this? His greatest hits collection?
Resiliency of these superstars is incredible.
Have you ever seen superstars lay into each other the way these guys are?
These superstars continue to size each other up.
I don't think this one's about winning or losing anymore. I think it's more personal than that. He got all of that one. These guys are at the top of their game, JR, and they make it look so easy.
One, two.
If the superstar shows even the slightest hint of weakness, he's lost the match. Taunting your opponent is like adding insult to injury. What is this? His greatest hits collection?
The official certainly has his hands full in this matchup.
You might want to close your eyes, JR. I think this one's about to get ugly.
I don't believe it. He's nowhere near 100%, and he just beat one of Raw's toughest superstars.
I wouldn't want to be anywhere near Mr. McMahon right now, JR. You know he can't be happy about this.
I know there are people out there who might see Vince McMahon as a despicable human being, but regardless of what else they might say about me, I am a man of my word. Last week I made a gamble that backfired on me, so I'll be appearing at WrestleMania in a Hell in a Cell match. But there are a lot of great things about being Vince McMahon, as you can see by the superstars in this ring. One of those things is that I can use any superstar anytime I want, any way I want. And so tonight, my WrestleMania opponent will have the dubious honor of facing these two gentlemen in a tag team tables match, but you'll need a partner. And your partner will be, let's say, Trish Stratus.
I can't believe this. Mr. McMahon has done more awful things than I can.
I understand that Mr. McMahon has to keep his superstars in line, JR, but what has Trish done to deserve this? Mr. McMahon, are you sure?
You have no idea how scared I am about going out there tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to another sold-out Raw from Portland, Oregon.
It's been far too long since Raw has come to Portland, JR. These fans are going crazy.
This capacity crowd can't wait for this match to get underway.
Neither can I, JR. This is going to be great. Watch Trish Stratus all night, JR.
My God, this is going to have an effect. Resiliency of these superstars is incredible.
Have you ever seen superstars lay into each other the way these guys are? The sight of Kane makes my blood run cold. I'm not sure he got all of that one, JR.
these superstars willing to go to get the win here tonight?
Man, I'd pay money to see these two guys go at it again, JR. What is this? His greatest hits collection? The greatest job in the world. If the superstar shows even the slightest hint of weakness, he's lost the match. Oh, man, there's the submission. This one's over, JR.
Eddie Guerrero has overcome a lot of personal demons to earn his spot in the WWE.
What is this? His greatest hits collection?
Enjoyed success as a tag team wrestler, but JBL has truly shined in singles competition.
So unpredictable, this match could go on another 30 seconds or 30 minutes. Look at the way he's got that lasso from El Paso locked in, JR. I think Guerrero's going to make him tap out.
How far are these superstars willing to go to get the win here tonight?
Man, I'd pay money to see these two guys go at it again, JR.
There's a lot of pride on the line here, and nobody wants to go back to the locker room as the loser.
These guys are beating the heck out of each other, and this crowd can't get enough of
it. He's really doing some damage. these superstars willing to go to get the win here? He's absolutely unstoppable, King. Mr. McMahon is in for one hell of a fight at WrestleMania.
No matter what. You got there just in time, JR. It's good to have friends.
You're absolutely right, King, especially when you've got enemies like Mr. McMahon.
As you no doubt have seen by now, a certain WWE superstar dared to interfere in the match I made last week.
Interfere? The match was up.
So I think it's time that perpetrator learned a thing or two about respecting authority, and that's why...
Hi, Vince. Remember me? Oh, yeah, I used to be the general manager of the show until you just brushed me aside after Royal Rumble.
What the hell are you doing here?
I'm back because the WWE Board of Directors aren't too pleased with the way you've been abusing the talent and disrespecting the terms of the brand extension. Those are bad business moves, Vince. So I've been empowered to return as general manager and strip you of all administrative powers until after WrestleMania. Because you're going to be a participant in WrestleMania.
You can't do this to me. I'm Vince McMahon, damn it.
Oh, I can, and I just did. And as far as your stooges in the ring there with you, why don't you both take some time off and come back after WrestleMania? In fact, that's not a request, that's an order. But Vince, we do agree on one thing. That perpetrator, as you called him, should see some action tonight for his interference in last week's match. In fact, he should face the man whose plans he interrupted. So I'm giving him a match against you, Vince, a handicap match. And he'll team up with the man you'll be facing in your Hell in a Cell match this Sunday at WrestleMania.
Well, I've never seen anything like this. I've never been a big Eric Bischoff fan, but he just put Mr. McMahon in his place.
Well, paybacks are a... You know what, JR? I don't think Mr. McMahon's gonna get out of this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, Raw is live tonight from St. Paul, Minnesota. I'm Jim Ross, along with Jerry the King Lawler.
These Minnesota fans have been waiting a long time to see the Raw superstars in action, and I know they're not going to be disappointed.
There's a lot of pride on the line in this match.
Absolutely, JR. These guys aren't just out to win a match. They want to prove that they are the superior athlete. These guys are writing a wrestling textbook in the ring, JR.
A lot of blood, sweat, and tears have been shed in that ring.
I'd hate to be that referee, JR. Can you imagine having to tell one of these guys
Rope
no?
break.
I knew it was only a matter of time before he tried something like that.
Know that these competitors have studied each other very carefully.
You'll never see action like this on SmackDown, JR. And there's the submission. He might tap out right here, JR. Even if you can't stand him, you've got to respect Shawn Michaels' accomplishments. I'd picked the winner before this match had started, but now I'm having second thoughts.
With a choke slam all the way from hell.
1, 2, 3.
Mr. McMahon is going to be in for the fight of his life this Sunday at WrestleMania.
Normally, it's good to be the boss, but I wouldn't want to be in Mr. McMahon's shoes, JR. I'm not sure that he'll survive Hell in a Cell.
extravaganza of them all, WrestleMania, the showcase of the Immortals. I'm Jim Ross, along with my broadcast partner Jerry Lawler, coming to you live on pay-per-view.
They don't get any bigger than this one, JR. WrestleMania is the absolute pinnacle of sports entertainment, and it really is where it all begins again. After it's over, the WWE is never going to be the same.
And one of the biggest matches by far is the Hell in a Cell match that Mr. McMahon got himself into, against his will, I might add.
I'm not so sure about that. I bet it was Mr. McMahon's plan all along to headline a match at WrestleMania. It wouldn't be the first time he's showed his stuff in the ring. Besides, he's a genius. Who are you to second-guess a genius, JR?
Well, you did it! You got yourself a fair fight against Vince McMahon at WrestleMania. But that's half the battle. I feel like only one of you is going to walk away from this one. Hey, please be careful out there. Everyone's pulling for you. Come back in one piece, okay?
Mr. McMahon, in just a few minutes, you've got a huge Hell in a Cell match against an opponent who has sworn to get even with you after the beating you gave him last month.
Get even with me? Even with me? I'm the chairman of a billion-dollar company. I built this business into what it is today. I made WrestleMania, the granddaddy of them all. I made it into what it is today. I'm even a former WWE champion, damn it. Get even? Oh no, he's got no chance in hell of getting even with Vince McMahon. And I promise, no, I guarantee that tonight I'm gonna give that insubordinate punk the beating of his life in that very ring, my very ring. And once it's over, nobody will ever say no to Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
A big New England welcome from Portland, Maine. This is Jim Ross, here with Jerry the King Lawler.
I've never seen a crowd so fired up, JR. They can't wait to get started, and neither can I.
These superstars willingly entered into this match, but I think at least one of them might regret it later.
I think you're right, JR. I just hope everyone's able to walk out of the ring when it's all said and done.
How do you fight a monster like King King? He's got no weaknesses and no pity either. Never in a million years did I expect a match like this.
Don't try this stuff at home, kids.
That will echo throughout the arena. Boomer Sooner. got to ask yourself, how much punishment can these men withstand?
I never thought I'd get a chance to see these two superstars wrestle each other. I could watch these guys go at it all night, JR. What is this? His greatest hits collection?
These superstars continue to size each other up.
I don't think this one's about winning or losing anymore. I think it's more personal than that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are seeing a true classic in the making.
I wonder how long these two superstars can keep it up.
There's no fear in the eyes of this awesome competitor.
And there's the submission. He might tap out right here, JR. These guys are writing a wrestling textbook in the ring, JR. He's gonna do whatever it takes to win this match, JR.
One, two.
The endurance of these men is almost superhuman.
If one of these guys builds momentum, this match is over. A few more like that, and this one's over.
Capacity crowd can't get enough of these superstars. Kane with a choke slam all the way from hell.
What's he doing, JR? The match is over.
I have no idea. I'm not sure what more damage these two can possibly do to each other. Wait a minute. Is he going where I think he's going?
He's going to the top of the cell, JR.
Oh my God! Is he thinking, don't do it! My God, don't do it! My God, the carnage! The sheer carnage!
Oh my gosh! They're both dead, JR! They have to be! Poor Mr. McMahon. I don't know if he'll ever be the same.
I don't know if either of them will. What a way to end this rivalry. This had to be the most brutal match in the history of WrestleMania.